fall. Streets letting go glow. Candy cane dreams, peppermint flow. Got the crew all here, love overload. Family vibes, blessings in the snow. Merry Christmas to my road dog. Hey, hey. We keep it real, we don't stray. Season of the Savior, let's give him praise. Hey. Merry Christmas, my dogs always. Turkey in the oven, sweet potato steam. Eggnog spike, whipped cream gleam. Laugh so loud they burst at the seams. This joy's no cap, not just a dream. Through the highs and lows, y'all stay true. Every step, every mile, I owe it to you. Merry Christmas to my road dog. Hey, hey. We keep it real, we don't stray. Season of the Savior, let's give him praise. Hey. Merry Christmas, my dogs always. Jingle bells and 808s collide. Sleigh ride groove, holy love inside. Grateful for y'all, my tribe, my guide. To the King above, our hearts above.
Yeah, crypto bull runs here, yeah, yeah. Happy holidays, spread the cheer. The season's here, the vibe is clear. Warmth in the air, nothing to fear. Bitcoin's rising, you know it's prime. Ether's climbing, now's the time. Wallets glowing, it's all about the climb. Crypto hustle, we're in our prime. Market's buzzing, can you feel the sound? Bull runs here, let's break the ground. Chilling with a fam, we pass a toast to the gains, let's make a boast. Sipping on success, can't let it slip. Buy low, sell high, that's the grip. Moon's in sight, let's take that trip. Crypto bull run, we ain't gon' skip. Cheers to the winners, cheers to the grind. Crypto's here, we're one of a kind. In the bear's rear view, we leave it behind. Bull runs here and it's looking fine.
Bitcoin Christmas. I'm wishing for a Bitcoin Christmas, where fortunes gleam like winter's first snow, with every ticker's gentle hum, a promise of wealth to come. The market whispers through the frost of gains that won't be lost, wishing for a Bitcoin Christmas, with dreams of plenty to behold. May the charts rise with a golden hue, and every trade bring riches true. Oh my dear, yes indeed, a sight to see. Wishing for a Bitcoin Christmas, with all coins sparkling in the night and profits burning oh so bright. Oh my dear, yes indeed, my heart's delight. Wishing for a Bitcoin Christmas. I'm wishing for a Bitcoin Christmas, where debts dissolve in festive glow.
John, have you checked the microphone yet? What? You're doing the mic check. Oh, right.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing. You got it, Habib, it's good.
You're still a freaking idiot. But Merry Christmas anyway, you idiot.
Oh, happy holidays to you too.
May the charts rise with a golden hue, and every trade.
Is it Happy Christmas to you?
Oh, you're so funny. Oh, go ahead, be racist. Be a racist pig like you are, Sean. You know it's all about Jesus. You know that, right?
Oh, well, I know that, but do you know that?
Well, of course I know that. Love you.
Love you too, Harvey. Merry Christmas. Testing, 1, 2. We're good.
You're still an idiot.
Wishing for a Bitcoin Christmas. Oh my dear. The season turns, the market sings, a wealth of joy on golden wings. With every chime, a dream takes flight. Bitcoin Christmas, my guiding light. May the charts rise with a golden hue, and every trade bring riches true. Oh my dear, we send you. Oh my dear, yes indeed.
Wishing Bitcoin Christmas.
Wishing
Bitcoin Christmas.
ho ho yeah, crypto Christmas time. Ho ho yeah, crypto Christmas time. Crypto Christmas time. Crypto Christmas time. Crypto Christmas time. Snow's falling heavy, but the charts are lighting up. December Santa rally got my wallet filling up. All coins twinkling, Bitcoin's on the rise. A festive pump and dump under holidays and skies. From the wallet to the tree, hang those NFT. Dreaming of a moonshot, feel the energy. Oh!
Crypto Christmas rally, feel the beat drop low. Gains explode, watch the money flow. Ho ho ho, let the riches rain. Crypto Christmas rally, breaking
Is that
every
it?
chain.
Like how I-
All coins
There we go.
dancing, dreams come true. Crypto Christmas rally for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the turkey.
Crypto Christmas, the bull runs here.
Reindeer hollering, Santa stacking sacks, elves are mining gold.
Oh my God! We got barraged.
Thank you very much.
Somebody forgot to turn the buttons off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, welcome to the daytime edition of Late Night Crypto with Road Dawg, affectionately called Road Dawg Crypto Lounge. A little different thumbnail. All right, so we're looking at Bitcoin today. I think there might be a big move coming there, hence the title on my thumbnail, because we're in a juicy place. Let's recap what's happened recently here with Bitcoin before it kind of gets back into this pattern and goes for a little fake out here. That's what I'm betting on. I hope I'm right. Hope I'm not wrong. I got a little long and a little... I'm doing a little slonging over here on this little guy, and there's a little short with a cutoff over there. But I'm looking at trying to get a bounce over here, which we did off of this 200 moving average. Stop loss is set below that little guy. See if we can get a little fake out action over here, a little wiggle room on our angle. It's got to be a fake out. Well, it's a questionable. Now we got a candle close right underneath here. That's not really what we want to see. So this could be coming down, but we want to see if we can get back in here and go to the upside, or otherwise I'm going to flip flop this little sucker and flip a reverse it and make it go short on us. But we need this 200 to hold, and I'll give it a chance to, since we got a nice little bounce there on this. This is a 15-minute time frame we're working at over here. Come over to the 5-minute, and we can see that here in this area, that's a nice little that's a nice little bottoming candle right there. That dragonfly doji, I believe, is what we're called there. All the buy pressure coming up from down here when we went down to 88.43. Looks like we're trying to recover that, but we look at our moving averages over here, which I have over on this is exchange right here. This is not trading view. We're getting some crosses over here over this 200 moving average on the 5 minutes. So a little questionable here. You would say this closing the candle below here, that's probably leaning a little bit more into our short than our long right here. Still, I got a stop loss down there, but it does make me consider adding a little bit here, seeing how that bearishness is coming over. So you got my little stop lossy over there. She is making me want to think about it, but let's see what happens over here. Meanwhile, back here on the Trading View on our 1 minute time frame, I'm still looking hopeful that maybe we can get back in this pattern. Can we? Oh, I don't know. I'm on pins and needles. I had to pull out all my little tricks. Are you at a reversal point? Ah, yes, you are. Come on, Bitcoin. You got this, baby. Come on. Don't get rejected at that 113. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, today's going to be an interesting day, I think. And we should know somewhere in the next few minutes as the CME is getting ready to open here. Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Look, we're coming back into you, little sucker. Come on, baby. Get back in there. Give us a little short squeeze up here, back up to 88.3-ish, 88.2. Come on. You can do it, Bitcoin. You got it in you. You got it in you. You can do it. You got some bullish divergence coming over here. If you're looking at the 1 minute time frame, which, this is Degen, but, I'm doing a little small-ass time frame trade here. You see how deep this got in over here across the signal line? That's a good sign. When the RSI gets deep in the red over here, that's extremely, extremely oversold. It got down to 10. Now, if you're reading RSI, if you were doing a bot strategy or just doing an RSI strategy, now that we got over the 30% area here with this dotted line, that was the buy signal by that strategy. If you had a bot that was trained on that was geared toward the RSI strategies, that's how you would trigger it. So there is an official entry going on right here, even though we haven't cleared candles over there. I'm just saying, whether it works out or not, we got to wait and see, but I'm playing it. We'll see what we get. So it's either a bearish retest or we get back in and get hopefully a stronger move. It should be a nice strong move once we get back into the trend line. So looking at what we got over here, even on the tiny time frames, we just been in that sideways range all damn weekend here. We had some action overnight. I slept through it, and I did not have any. If I had sales, I don't know that I had any up here. Limit orders hit, and it came back down here. I don't know. I woke up and some of my positions were stopped out, and then over here on Arbit, I think it got me on the low. So I didn't have any take profits up there. Said I should have. So it just came back and got my stop loss here, and I had to re-enter. So that's what you're seeing going on over here on Arbit. Oh, look, doji candle, green candle. Okay, short's looking a little threatened until maybe we get a bearish retest over here, and it can roll over, or it could overcome it. Gosh darn it, it's so tricky. Maybe that's why I'm schlonging. I'm playing both sides at once here to see which one wins there. I'm looking for us to break back in. We got here on the 6 minute, we got a nice 21 moving average that we bounced off of there. Hopefully that can hold. 50's up above. No, I'm sorry. That's a 666. That's the Lucy line. The other red one over here is the 21. 21 is up at 88.3. So we just bounced off of the Lucy line, right? That's pretty good. 200, 300, 600, those are in good order. 50 above that. Okay. Shaky ground here on Sunday as we start getting into the CME, right? Let's come over and see if they're open yet. Have you opened yet? Are you open? I don't think you opened yet. Are you open? Opens up, should be probably in about a minute, because right now we're still on Friday at 4:54 when this candle closed is what I'm got here, or whatever. And it should be open in about any time. And there will be a gap from where we are now. The price will open at 88. It will open up right here, just a little bit above. Just a wee bit above there. So does that mean that they will push price down before it goes up? Could be. Will price continue to go down? Gosh, I hope not, man. If you look over here on this 6 minute time frame, I mean, W looks like you got 1, 2, you got a 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. It does look like we could be coming down here, folks. And this one hasn't even opened. And this is still from Friday's price action over here. It does look like she might want to be coming down here. She's at a 382 right now. And price is above it. Well, you can bounce here and be all happy. Curve it around, Bitcoin. You don't have to come down here if you don't want to. I'd hate to see you do a 618 retracement. I don't want to see that right now. You don't either. I don't even want to see a 0.5 at 87.6 or 87.7. I don't even want to see that. Why aren't you opening up yet? It's 5:01. What the hell, CME? Let's go. Where are you? They have not opened yet. I'm bewildered. Today is Sunday, right? That does not look healthy. I hope this changes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got crypto over here, and let's take a look and see how it's been behaving today. Let's go to the daily price bubbles over here. Night still ruling the charts, it seems. It's at 10 cents right now. So on the daily, we got a little bit of a drawback. That kind of sucks a little bit. So here we are on crypto weekend, right before Christmas in December, Q4, when we should be seeing all-time highs, Lambo dreams coming true when they're not. And we got to fight through this next 10 days where there will be people seriously considering taking advantage of the losses, tax loss harvesting, selling the coins that they're down on. Where they buy right back or not, we don't know. They buy back in January, don't know. This is a time of year where a lot of people will be going over their portfolios and cutting their losers. Okay, so be prepared for that. So if you're in a losing coin and you're like, I still got hope, you might see that little sucker drop off a little bit more than you expect this month. So that's just a little real world experience here in December. Some people, and I'm considering looking at this idea, may just clear the slate here in December, okay? So waiting for a little rally if it comes, clear the slate, start off fresh in January, right? That's an idea, fresh slate start. I'm not saying that you should do that, not saying I'm going to do it, but I am entertaining that thought very quickly just to clear the house, at least on my exchange trading accounts. Things I got stored on a wallet, I'll look them over and see if there's anything I need to move, but I kind of sorted through those a couple of months ago when we started, doing the crazy dance here. So it appears that Beat has taken over here. If we come to CoinGecko, last 24 hours, these have been the winners. Last 24 hours, Beat went up 41%. 357, go figure. Yeah, I did not. I actually chose to not get into these and not chase them, and they are the ones going on. Midnight is a Charles Hoskin project, and so that's interesting. I just didn't you have the crazy tokenomics though, kind of like ADA? I think that's what turned me off to you. Midnight, you already got a $1.7 billion market cap. Yeah, it's because you got 24 billion coins and there's 16 already out there. So it feels like this one just came out of nowhere. And my gosh, it did, because we got no price history here until the 9th. So we got a coin that's been out less than a week and already got $1.7 billion market cap. Do you think that's got a lot to do with hype? That's how I interpret it. With so many billions of coins, I mean, I don't trust this. And once it gets to a certain area, it's not going to move very much anymore. And this is just my take on it. I mean, it has done great. It started out, it went up to 45 cents. Will it go up there? It might over time. A lot of times when you see these pumps when they first come out, sometimes they will make it up there. Sometimes they only make it, a partial way up there. I'm not even sure what the hell you are. Midnight Network. Architecture of freedom is rational privacy. Why couldn't we have done this, Charles Hoskin? If this is your project, why couldn't we have done this on ADA? Is this because it's its own chain, right? Did we start another chain? The network is a fourth generation blockchain built for rational privacy. No one should be forced to choose between utility and privacy. So we got another privacy thing. Privacy coins have been going off, as you can see with Zcash and all that. So it may be on that hype with a new player coin to chase or something. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it. I'm not in it, not advocating for it. We're at 87,900. We're losing it for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a dumping on our asses. Are you dumping on our asses? You jumped a little bit on our asses, right? We still got a 200 moving average down here to catch us. We're still respecting the 360 here. I'm on the 1 minute Degen time frame. Still also on, well, gosh darn it, we're on the CME. They have not opened today. Let's get to an active chart, shall we? Here we go. Oh, we're at 88,180. Oh, we're doing all right. We're doing just fine. We're doing just fine. Oh, that's awesome. Still, these moving averages have left that 200. That's a bearish cross in them. I would not be surprised if we move up here to this area, about 88,225, if that far. First area I want to look at is the actual place where it crossed my trend line here, right up about 88,200. See if we can make it past there. It might have a rollover coming. I mean, this looks good, don't get me wrong, but we broke a trend line and moving averages even on the small time frame, 5-minute time frame on this in this instance, saying you might be rolling over here. I'm sad to say, I don't want that to happen any more than any of you guys do, but that's what we might be having here. So I'm not closing me short yet, but I think I will take up my stop loss to about this 88,160 area there. See what that translates into over here on our RBIT. The exchange for Degens. I could have up to 400x over here if I wanted it. Crazy is this? 88,123. 88,118. That sounds pretty decent. Let's go with that. Let's move up our stop loss over here so that we will. Only thing I can protect is my purse and my risk. We're at $44 from $102. So, wow. $88,118, but this is a real life trade management on a small ass account. So at least this way, it says I get 14 cents out of this deal minus fees or whatever. Short position stop loss must be higher than the current last price. Did you already drop? You're at 88,160. I got 88,118. Why is that not working for me? That was not close enough. What are you saying here? Oh, this is for my short. Okay, I'm for my long here, which is still under. Okay, there we go. I thought we had you set. We do. We got 2 stop losses now. Alright. Position stop loss, latest stop loss. Okay, we got it. So if it comes down here, at least, you know, I'll minimize my losses there a little bit more. That's a nice structure, though. She could definitely come back down. Well, let's go up. So I'm not expecting this, as we see so far. I'm expecting, you know, where there's a strong chance that we get rejected over here. So we go up to the 200 moving average trend line area, roll over. Could be happening. So interesting for Bitcoinio. Meanwhile, while Bitcoin's trying to figure out his life over here, maybe we should zoom out a little bit and see if we can kind of see what might be happening with you, Bitcoin. And I think we should go to the 4-hour time frame. Oh, can't mess with this one. This has got my bigger ideas on it. I seem to have lost a lot of my Bitcoin charts over here. I must be erasing them or something. Deleting them by accident or something. Or moving them around, maybe. Maybe that's what happened to them. All right, here's a chart. We can look at this chart. Let's clean this guy up. A lot of this seems to be kind of on point over here. I'm looking for one to sacrifice. Here's one. Let's just all right, so this is the 3-day. The 3-day. Now, we were holding this 200 moving average for quite a while. We lost it. And this was the first candle closed below it, and that's not good, and dropped us down to 84 on the 3-day. However, 9 is still above it, and it's trying to do a 180. We got some traction here. Could be getting a little fake out. This could be that's scary that candle body actually opened below it. That's not really what we want to see here. We come down to the 1-day, and here we are on Miss Lucy, if you guys know her. She's our little devil girl. Now, this one looks a little bit better than the 3-day, I've got to say. This one looks a little bit more enticing for the 3-day. Still got my eye on this guy because, I mean, though he's thick and we can get up in here, and that's why I have this cloud, Ichimoku cloud on here to help, you know, it lets you know what side of the trend that you're on for one thing. Gives you some confidence on that idea. We are definitely in a bearish trend, being under the red, riding underneath it. But see how it's moving over here and kind of sloping down here? That could gain some momentum to the downside if we're not careful. So we got to see some action over here on Bitcoin daily. And luckily, I mean, according to this moving average here, I mean, we got 3 touches off of it right there. higher lows. So we're doing the right things so far, and we got a nice candle closing, pretty much above it, trying to reclaim the 9 moving average on the daily. And if we can do that, that looks a lot more hopeful than anything else. In fact, you can say we've even got a breakout here on the daily. Depending on how you want to measure this guy, if you want to go from wicks to bodies, you definitely got one, and a clear candle open above that, over that moving average, and that looks promising. We don't have the volume over here. We really want to see some volume pick up when we get a breakout. Otherwise, it could be a fake out, So that's one of the important things to look for. If we travel over here and just go with the majority of the wicks here, we're still working on a breakout. But I really like the candle bodies themselves, so let's see what that tells us. And there may be yet some to be desired here for this idea as a breakout, and there is. So the candle bodies were the real strength in the move lies, since we haven't quite done it yet. We got to get above this 21 moving average area, about 89.6, to really kind of see the effects from this and hopefulness from this. But that's what we got for Bitcoin on the daily. A good chance with all this buy pressure here that we could be moving up on a Sunday into Monday. Let's hope that's what they're going to do. The other alternative would be for them to do a scary ass dump on us tonight, into tomorrow, or maybe even through to, who knows. But that would scare a lot of people. If they do lose that, we start coming down to this 800 daily moving average area, about 79,000. That would definitely, and losing $10,000 out of Bitcoin right now, it would be hard to deny that we are definitely got strong bear market buys. But on the plus side here, what I can tell you about this chart and our moving average and the strength of them: 800, 660, 360 over here, 200. They're in good alignment. So the majority of your momentum is still good, but it's starting to wane over here around 108, 102. That would be the questionable areas to see, or can we make it past there? I'm not seeing much of the strength to get past the 200 here. But can we at least get up there? Are we working on some kind of big ass double bottom here on these bigger time frames? And I would say I would hope so, especially with a higher low there. So I'm maintaining some hope here until it proves me wrong that we might actually get a little rally, maybe this week. Maybe we will get a little Christmas rally, at least more so out of Bitcoin than I think altcoins. But we should get a good feel of it pretty much today, if it's going to happen, between today and tomorrow, whether that's going to happen or not. Zooming out like we always should, and we're looking at local trend lines here, which is it's helpful, but you always get your best information when you zoom out, right? And we still got some work to do. But how many times have we seen this happen, where we have a channel, or if we really want to tighten it up, we get those megaphone patterns and you get a partial decline before the breakout? That's what we want to see. It's doing what we want to see it do for this particular pattern. And unless it does a slam bam, thank you ma'am, or comes up here and gets rejected at the 50 or the trend line, and of course this is we got to get past this high over here. That's basically what it all says, 94, 95,000. We can get a new high, then we know that we're working on something here, right? We need to see evidence of a trend change, and we've been having it: higher low, higher low, higher low, a higher high from this one, and ad nauseum, higher low, higher, until we came down here. But it's still a higher low from this guy. So there's some good signs on here, some hopeful signs, and some hopeful candle bodies happening right here. We just got to be patient and see if it's going to take. But this has about a 72% chance to break upward. And let's take you to the candle bodies over here to really accentuate this megaphone pattern. That's pretty cool. But I think the most amazing trend line to follow is right back here to this wick right here. Just lay it right there. And that is the exact area that we're bouncing off of on the bigger picture of things. These are the areas that we went to the bottom and scared the bejesus out of everybody and got them to capitulate and give up on crypto and swear that the bear market was here, only to come back and make a higher low and eventually go to a newer high. Why that worked so well, they had to do it all over again down here. Didn't even come down to this trend line, but still, this was the end of the world. $75,000. The bear market is here. You guys just don't know it. You guys are stupid. And then the very next week, they were posting Lambo time. Woohoo! I told you that was the bottom. I told you that was the bottom. They forgot about all that, and we start getting all bullish again. Will this time be any different? I've got my popcorn out because we're in Q4 of the bull market year when we're supposed to be more up here than we are. Kind of like somebody flip-flopped the script, man. We were running behind, and now you sped it up, and you wanted to top out at 126 when the weekly MACD first flipped bearish. That was so gangster right there. That was a gangster move, Bitcoin. I gotta say, man, you whales, you composite men out there trading. That's Wyckoff term. You gosh darn Illuminati traders out there. You pulled it off really good right there. And I gotta say, you're doing pretty good. If this is a fake out, try to get everybody bearish here at Q4 in bear market vibes. You're doing excellent. You're ticking all the boxes. I mean, you got everybody confused over here. You got us all wondering what's going to happen. You got half people thinking Q6 might be something, and other people swearing, no, it's all over. We're going to 30,000, which does not make sense to me for global adoption of Bitcoin. If you think about it, it doesn't to me. Maybe I'll be surprised. I have to say, I'm sorry, guys. I really thought it would hold. Do I have to make that speech? That's fine, but I just don't see an argument for it. I'm sorry. I see Bitcoin doing very well from here on out. Altcoins, though, well, you know, that's about to change a lot in my personal experience. I think most of your altcoins will be tokenized stocks that will get the most attention, and any really worthwhile Web3 related thing, anything that adds to the infrastructure of building Web3 and making things easier to transmit money or do funds transparently, maybe some privacy features, and that's what we're seeing going on. Meme coins will always be your gambling things, but you know, I think everybody's, you know, it's kind of a saturated market. Token has got to have real world utility, and I mean, it can't just do a little something. This needs to do something. I am proud to say that we have a token in our community that has a use case. This is our ROAD token. Well, it was our ROAD. We don't have it up. This is a ROAD coin, and that is going to be what gives you access to our chart room. Now, I have got two Telegram groups. I've got our main group, which is a lounge, the original one, and there's lots of information over here if you do dig for it. We got the trading, and then we got the bot over here that does TA analysis and all kinds of research, man. It does so much. I can't even keep up with it. But you can use that as a learning tool. It's a premium bot. I pay for this. It's over there for you to use freely. And I plan on keeping it over there. But then we have another area called the chart room, and now this has got a lot of topic areas, and we do trade setups and market analysis and things like that. And I plan on making this group, you know, more valuable, and I'm trying to tweezer, you know, trying to get the feeling for what you guys are wanting over here, right? Trade setups, courses, instructions, content, and all that. We're working on all that. But this is going to require you to hold some ROAD coin. But right now, I've lifted that until we kind of figure it out. I don't know how it's working, if it's a problem for people to have access over there. Really, only my admins. I've only been seeing my admins post over here. It makes me think that maybe people are having access. Hard time getting over there. There's a few extra steps. So anyway, that's what we're working on over there. Right now, I've lifted that, and everybody should have access over here for right now until we figure it all out. I may have to go with a different bot to do this out. But just throwing that information out there. But I'm trying to do a different kind of trading group instead of one that charges you $50 or $90 a month to be having access. I'm trying to do something that incentivizes the community, and where my community can benefit with the ROAD token. You have so much ROAD to hold, and you know, the more people that join the community, the more the token gains in value. And we may have to lower the amount that's required. Right now it's 10 million, or that was the idea. May lower it as we go, just to keep, to keep it accessible. And that frees up any road coins you have. You can sell it, make money off of it. You can get something back out of your trading group instead of being the one that's always paying for their Lambo payment. I'm just saying that's the reality of the situation. Meanwhile, back to the charts. 15 people hanging out with me. Thank you for being here today on God's Day Sunday.
Been hitting that like button. I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
And let me come over to the chat and say hello to everybody. How you feeling about crypto today? 14 people hanging out. Good to see you. We got something here. Board PC member, holy cow, it's been a minute. Join the fan club. Hey, thank you for doing that. Also here on YouTube, the membership areas, like what you just see there, the fan club. Hey, we got Joe from Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Good to see you, my man. I'm also going to be adding. I'm trying to figure out what to do over here. I've got two tiers, and one's not really activated. We got the $3 tier and the $24.95. Now I am thinking about doing a Fibonacci masterclass over there, and also we'll be sharing that over into the paid trading. The gated. I'm not going to say it's not a paid group, but it's a gated group. And I'll probably put it over there and have that accessible. But that's something I've been thinking about. But adding more content over here also to the membership areas too. It's just been Christmas and kind of hectic, so I haven't been able to do very much lately. Let me say hello to everybody here. We got Strega in the house, who is number one. Strega, you're number one. You got the clap. Penicillin won't get rid of it. I've tried. I feel like we got somebody missing. Is there somebody missing tonight? I feel like somebody's gone that should be here. Am I wrong on that? Jenny? Are we missing Jenny? Jenny's gone. I don't know what happened to Jenny. Jenny seems to have disappeared. Okay. Well, we have lost Jenny somewhere. My bad. Are we in the right place? I finally got my little... Okay. Let's get back to the chat. We'll figure out Jenny later. I miss Jenny. Jenny, come back. I think she ran off with Elvis. Or Habib. She's been kind of eyeballing Habib lately. I'm just saying. I don't know what's going on over there. It's getting kind of weird over here sometimes. Well, we can get my original side. Hey, Cassie. Well, Cassie's here. You're my road dog, Cassie. You stay with us. How you doing, Cassie? And of course, I can't forget my... Cassie, you can take a break. That's all right, baby. That's all right. My real side chick is... Hey, baby. Watch her twerk. What's that? What's that chicken twerk, baby? That's what I'm talking about. You know you come here for the twerking. You know you do. Yeah, I know. That chicken skin will sell it every time. Bingo Sambo. Somebody say Degen. Degen. Hey, how's it going, Sam? Good to see you, man. We got Ave Medina. How's it going, Ave? That reminds me, Ave. It's probably time for a little good ass coffee while we're thinking about it, right? Am I right?
The morning's gray, the clock's a foe, the world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow, good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
It's good and ass at the same time. It's amazing. In the background again, but showing my support for a roasted turkey. How's it going, Ave? Good to see you. Bingo Sambo says, I slapped that like button like it owes me money. We got Duality C in the house. Shout out to you. We got Ralph React, CME Gap 87,900. It might happen. Oh, wait. Something changed. Is it open? Did they open? Did they just open? Are you open? Is it? I'm on the 1 minute candle here. Nope, they have. What the hell? Am I off? Are they opening at 6 now? Is this a daylight savings time issue or something weird like that? Okay, so MBT, Micro Bitcoin Futures, CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, where the big boys play, has not opened just yet. And what we're talking about there, 87.9 was 87.9 for the gap. That kind of corresponds with this 200 moving average here, so there might be a quick slip down before it comes back up in regular price and even on this chart over here. So right now, Bitcoin's trying to do something fancy. She's trying to curve her little happy ass up there on this tiny 1 minute time frame. Let's come back to the chat because that's where we were. Bingo Sample says, hello, Lucy. Ralph React says 1 hour. 87,555? I hope that we don't, but that is possible. Even saw it over here. Oh, snap! Did you do all this crap? Well, that bearish retest did not happen. Amazing. Okay. I ain't mad at you. You're at a good place for me to add into you, actually. On my little trade over here with where do we want to add? Do I want to mark it? I'll mark it just a little bit. It's not big. I'm adding about $5 in my capital here. You want to come down a little bit? Come on down. Come on down for our market in. Nope. You going to go up past that wick? Go past the wick, I'll do it. Come back down, I'll do it. Tell me what you're wanting to do, Bitcoin. You're making me taste my patience here, Bitcoin. You're doing this little pulsation dance here. Are you getting higher or what? There's your red candle. Okay, let's see what you're doing here. I'm trying to add to my position here without putting a limit order in. Got a 50 that should cross over that 200 if we're going to do something good here, right? Chances are for us to come back down to these areas 882, 6270 here. We're at 888.3, so I could get in about $30 cheaper if I want to sit here and be patient about it. I think I might just put a limit order. Oh, snap, you went up. Okay, well, screw that. We'll just go ahead and you're playing with us, huh? I'll go ahead and put my little $100 in, which translates into about $4.70 coming off of my margin here. That puts my entry price right over here, and stop loss. By what I'm looking for, yeah, I can put my stop loss right here. I could put a break even, but I want to give it a little bit of wiggle room here. Put it at 88,192. Let's move our stop loss up here. And that controls my risk a little bit. We can just keep our profit. And we can get rid of these guys. Don't need them. My stop loss is right here, right underneath. And if I lose a trade, I'm out 5 cents plus whatever fees or whatever happens to be there. That's a nice little bear trap idea. We did get that little squeeze. Higher high area coming back down. Okay, back into the trend line. I'm good with that. Let's see what we can get out of that. See if we can get a little traction out of that. Jacob Benjamin, good evening, my man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. If you're new here and it's your first time, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel. I'll tell you a little bit about our channel very briefly here after.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Bitcoin Elvis, ladies and gentlemen. Only here on the Road Dawg Crypto Show will you ever see Bitcoin Elvis. Sometimes he can even make a live appearance. I'm just saying. And we got Watchman 1399. What's up, my man? Good to have you guys here. Floki's Angel says, hey, dog, I love your show. I love that comment. That's awesome. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, If you are new to my show, if this turkey is kind of, oh my God, there's a turkey doing TA on YouTube. We've been here for a long time, and I do cater to Degens. We do look at a lot of times, but we use sensible techniques here, right? We're trying to impart sensible trading strategies into our Degen mindset. We all start out at Degens. We wouldn't be in crypto if we didn't have that Degen tendency, man. It's true. It takes a lot to get over here, move money over into this wild west frontier where it can just disappear easily. You know you got that Degen gene if you're over here in crypto, especially messing with these altcoins. And along with those Degen tendencies comes some very gamblish kind of vibes here. And those are the things that get us in trouble. So we just try to impart some good trading wisdom and strategies here on the channel. And then I show you the tools and methods that I use, the things that work for me, the strategies and things. And it's been a journey for me. And I started out as a pattern trader, looking at the patterns, you know, those flags. That's what they want to teach you first. Some of them just get stuck and never go past the flags, I found. Head and shoulder, all those things, all those traditional chart patterns. And of course, what I tell you to do is, if you want the real information and you want to understand how they really work, then listening to these YouTube gurus regurgitate a lot of misinformation and a lot of stuff that's been slanted. They've learned it wrong from the people they learned from. You'll hear this thing, all your patterns freak out 60% of the time, and it's just not true. I just try to give you some accurate information and give you the sources where it comes from. You can make your own decision on what style you want to study, but I will at least show you the good sources to get the right information, right? And I got to say, patternsite.com over here, Thomas Bukowski's, he wrote the Encyclopedia of Pattern Trading. He is the pattern trading guru, the only one that you should listen to when it comes to the chart patterns, because he actually did all the research and statistics, because he's that computer scientist nerd to do that kind of stuff. He's got a lot of stuff to offer on his very free website, or you can go buy his book. I did. I got his book over here. I got to say, I use the website a lot more than I do the book. But this is where you'll get everything on all the patterns and accurate information, tell you what to look for on your volume indicators, what to look for in the pattern itself, instead of, it looks like a little bit of a head and shoulders, it looks like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, to the upside. You don't get that in a lot of your paid trading groups. I'm just saying. You know, you're looking for falling wedgies, and you want to, that one does that. That's where the whole 68% thing come from right here, this pattern right here. And they just took it and applied it to them all. He also goes over Elliott Wave and a lot of other stuff over there. So Thomas Bukowski, if you're into pattern trading. But during my ventures in here, I fell down the Fibonacci rabbit hole. And we do a lot with Fibonacci here and getting to harmonics. And I found that to be very fascinating. And then, of course, also the moving average strategy. Now, I started out with a 5 moving average strategy, but I have since added 3 little extra guys and to help me navigate this, and been invaluable. But this strategy, along the 5 moving average strategy, will help you navigate this. We're below the 200 moving average. We cross over the 9. That's the first sign of success. Get past the 21 and see that 9 moving average cross. This is all about how the moving averages relate to themselves and to prices. Now, a lot of people will tell you, you got to wait till prices, the moving averages squeeze together or they get far apart. Okay, that's part of it, but you can't forget the crosses. That tells you so much more, and how the 9 reacts to 21 and how they act to each other. There is a system to how price moves through these moving average. It does have an order to go through, and if you can get privy to that, that helps you kind of navigate price direction a lot easier. Perhaps one of the biggest things, and the very first thing that really one of the main bases of my foundations is the trend line, the diagonal trend lines. Now, support resistance horizontal, yes, but my fibs take care of that for me now. I don't have to go back and eyeball them, and my fibs do a much better job than I do, as you can see by our pivot points when we start saying, hey, nailed it, on our charts here. So if you're interested, just hang around. If you're new to trading and everything, this is a great place for free resources. All you got to do is come over here and ask questions, join our trading group, which is free. Even the gated one right now is free until we sort all that out, and it's going to be very affordable. Just to hold a certain amount of road coin, and if you decide you don't like it, you just go sell your road coin, you get a refund, right? No other trading group's going to do that for you. Just what we're trying to do something different over here, man. Because all you're seeing here on YouTube is your gurus get rich and rich, telling you that they're doing it by trading, but they're not. They're doing it by membership fees, but yet still enticing really everybody in, saying you can have my lifestyle. You just got to be me, right? That's kind of it. Let's examine this in the Fibonacci's perspective. Since we're on the daily Bitcoin, swing high or swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy, and she's ticked our boxes here for this local pattern here. This local movement here. Let's dial this guy in, right? And this is what I'm going to be going over when I start doing some videos for the group and also on the YouTube membership thing. This will be for the higher. I would not join that until I actually get videos over there. If you're interested, I'll announce it when I get something over there. I don't want anybody paying for something that's not there yet. If you're even interested, but it'll be available over in the higher tier. I know gradually I'll throw some over to the $3 membership area. But I may even film them in the $3 and bump them up. So if you're in the $3 group, you got some stuff coming. All right, I'm not going to leave you out. You may get the first dib, and we'll just can't. Anyway, back to the TA. So what did we do? Swing low to swing high, tell me where I need to buy. We came to the 886, nailed it perfectly with that wick. We stair-stepped our way up, and now we're holding the 786 support. That's reversal signs right here on our big ass main trend line here on the daily, even on the weekly. This is a good sign, people. Higher lows. What we need to do, and what we just said earlier, this is the point where we got to focus on taking out the local high. So imperative that we get past this 94 area. But this is only the beginning, folks. That Fibonacci pool was to help us figure out the bottoms. Now we take a different Fibonacci, and it sounds confusing. Not everybody plays this way, but once you get into harmonics, well, this is how harmonics work. If you don't pull your fibs this way, you're not a harmonic trader. And even if you do pull your fibs this way, you may not be a harmonic trader, but harmonic traders will pull their fibs this way. High to low. We just flip-flopped it. Now we got a different metric to go with. This 236 becomes our bargain zone. And if I were in a position trade, if I were at a bottom, or if I were wanting to build up a bigger position, this is where I'd be trying to do it. Anywhere between here. Now we can scale this down and use the same concept. We can take it from the high over here to our local high. Use that same exact concept. Well, we got to come to this low over here. And when we zoom in with that same concept, we'll find that we just left that juicy buy zone. This is a scalable system here. Very scalable. It makes it powerful in my opinion. That horizontal red line that we just drew for this local thing, we just left it. The sweet spot to have been accumulating, according to our fib strategy here, was when we dipped below 86.7 and 84.6, and this is on the daily chart. And I guess if you're sitting at 88,000, you probably said, "Man, I wish I'd bought more when it was 85. If I'd bought more then, I might be up more now." And that would be true. That's kind of how the strategy works, right? So we just exited that zone, and that's positive. Going back to our original setup, let me get rid of that guy. We don't need him anymore. Where we got our resistance area here, 91.2. That is one of our resistance areas and probably a good place to take profit. But I do use that mostly just to measure the temperature of the market. We got to get above it and then take this guy out. That's when we're really going to see the move come, right? Until that happens, we're just in accumulation zone. We're just in accumulation mode, right? The real magic happens when we close candles above it, and then we start coming up to our next target area. Support resistance area right here. Goes right back over through here. If you kind of look to the left, you should always look to the left when you pull your fibs. That will give you a lot more clues there. You don't just blindly go with the fib levels. You can, but your results will vary greatly. But if you look to the left, you get your confirmations and everything, right? Even this 0.5 I don't normally use. I would use it in this point in time. But the main targets that we're looking for short term, get up and past 91.5 and start working toward this first area of resistance, the first actual target area for this pull, right around 98,000. That might be as far as we go. as we could be coming up to that area and then coming right back down here to do something similar, make some other kind of double bottom, and then try to go to the 109 area, which is our next major target, the 618 Fibonacci area, where ironically, and commonly happens, not unusual, not surprised to see the 200 moving average hanging out there right now. Another little hint, another little clue that, yeah, this might have some validity. This might have some weight to it. This idea may be valid. It may be what we're looking for. It may be the probability that we need to take advantage of this monetarily and turn our little bags into, or turn our little accounts into, bigger accounts. And that's the whole game of it. The only thing that you can control in this game is your risk. And I've got to say, in your journey, you first think it's all about TA, trying to figure out what price is doing, where price is going to go, where it's going to reverse, and that's cool and everything. You can dedicate years and years to looking at that. I did. And I got some use out of it. And I got a system that helps me more than anything to do these. And I think if you follow this channel, you will see that we nail the pivot points. That's what our strategy does. Bottom reversals, top reversals areas. I'm not saying we call every top and every bottom, but we get the majority of them. Just not bragging. It's just our system. It's nothing that the turkey does. It's what the Fibonacci does. It's how the system works once you go down the rabbit hole. Just what I found out. All right. However, there's a difference between being able to do that and being able to execute a trade successfully. And that's what starts separating your winners from your losers. And that's tricky, and that's where all the smoke and mirrors come, because that's where the transparency kind of dissipates in the space when it comes to that aspect about account management. Now, a lot of that, after you go through this and you learn, well, okay, I want to you get a TA system to chart pattern, where it's moving averages or whatever you got, or even if you're doing a flag to the upside and then measure moves with from every down, if you want to flag everything out, it's a flag. You got a system, however that works for you. But to make this work for you better, well, you got to address two other things. Second thing that you find you're working on that your TA helps with is your psychology. Understanding the TA and resistance areas and support areas and possible breakouts and possible breakdowns gives you more confidence in your TA, and therefore your psychology starts coming under wraps, and you're not being as scared and making those scared decisions. And that's a journey in itself. There are three legs to this stool that keeps it afloat, in my personal opinion. If we have a stool, we got one leg here, and that is your TA, and your FA would fall under that, your analysis. The second leg over here is the psychology. But the most important leg, the one that keeps this stool from toppling over, in my personal opinion, the last leg to be added that actually makes the stool work, is the risk management, the trade management, the risk management. Because this is the only thing that you can really control out of this. This is the secret to growing your account, and what everybody struggles with, or what you struggle with until you, well, I think you always struggle with it, because you got that little Degen voice always trying to get you to do something stupid, and sometimes stupid just happens accidentally, like it happened to me recently. Like, I forgot to set a stop loss before I went to, because I was so tired and everything, it didn't register. And you get little stuff like that, right? So you've always got some stupid out there somewhere. But this is it. Your analysis, the psychology of it, and the risk management. This is the most important part. You don't, when you first start out, I mean, you're concentrating on these guys. Oh, this is what's important, and it is for a while. And then you when you go through it, you're like, but this is where the change comes. This is where the change comes, when you start controlling that risk. And when they say don't risk, and especially important when it comes to using leverage or perpetual futures, that kind of stuff. If you're having trouble growing your account, it's because of this guy right here, the risk factor. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the daily chart for Bitcoin, identifying the areas here that we need to look for. And I'm going to transfer over to the 4 hour, where we're still struggling. Oh man, are we on CoinX? Oh gosh darn it. I didn't mean to chart it over here. When I start getting some of these time frames, I get some wild little wick action you don't see on some other charts, right? Gosh darn it, I didn't realize that. This is actually exchange I trade on is CoinX, so that kind of sucks there. Anyway, moving averages and all that will still be valid, and we're seeing things are trying to move over. They're trying the curve around there. I guess we're going to have to go to a different Bitcoin chart over here again. All right, again, one more time. Swing hard to swing low. I'm going to quickly get my targets out. We got this 91,566 on this. What is this? This is a KuCoin. And Dow UN. Put you right there. 382 Fibonacci. 618 Fibonacci. And we got our target set. That easy. Easy peasy. Falling wedge, or opening broadening wedge, or commonly referred to as the bullish megaphone pattern. 72% chance this will break up to the upside. One good thing that you want to look for is the partial decline, where it stops bumping its head on this lower trend line and goes sideways for a minute, which we got. There's a good chance it's working on getting this breakout, and our next main target would be right here, 98,002. That's what I've got for Bitcoin. Board PC guy, good to see you, my man. YouTube glitched out and tried to tell me that only subscribers of 5 minutes or longer can chat. Then I confirmed I've been subbed the whole time. That's weird. Illuminati is kind of naughty. Yeah, Illuminati. I see what you did there. That sounds like Wi-Fi's. I want one of them t-shirts. They used to have sneakers on Wi-Fi's, and I never did get those. I wish I had some of those. Wi-Fi is another YouTube channel I like. It's on the fringe, kind of. All right, and we got Joe from Trade Intuition. Joe says, I love the fibs. And for those of you that don't know, this is Joe's channel over here, Trade Intuition. Go give him a like, a subscribe, follow him. He streams nightly about 9 p.m. and random day streams, kind of like what I do. And out there teaching the good TA fundamentals. Support resistance training over here. Go check him out. Poor PC guy says, I thought it was a twerky, not a chicken. Ah, twerky. Love childs. I know. Power friend. How's it going, my man? It's loved. $87 for a year and 87.5 for a year, 87.5 and 90K. It's loved. I'm not getting the context on that. I may have missed something up ahead. Postmodern Oddity says, what's up, everyone? Good to see you here. Got that cowbell? I do. Nothing like a little cowbell to make your life feel a little bit better. Little cowbell, a whole lot of Jesus is what I say. Haven Peck says, my mother was a degen, my father was a degen, I can't help it. Haven, how's it going, Haven? And we got, I think this is Soul 1984 Zeb. How's it going, Soul? Jim Makachek says, what's good? I'm trying to build my longs in ADA and Sol. What are y'all trading? I'm mostly focused on Bitcoin as far as altcoins go right now. But we'll take a look at some altcoins here. I'm also wanting to follow Beat Night, because they're the hot ones. Everybody's chasing just to see what's going on over there. John Gregory says, the most important leg is the middle leg. Ah, there you go. I see what you did there. God, that was clever. Justin Markazek says, most impulsive and one of the best trades, but most important, I don't know. I'm out of context on that, so I have no comment. Tight ass range looking windy and springy to me. We have been in that sideways range all weekend. It's going to have to take a move here. Haven says, I'm long Bitcoin, so Ether, and Uniswap. And that sounds like some good things to be in. Uniswap, we want to take a look at that. I was in a Uniswap trade. I think I got stopped out over there. It was live before the show, so it must have dropped and got me. But let's take a look at some of these coins. Let's take a look at Solana. I guess Binance looks good. What we got going on? Oh, Solana, what you're at 125 again? This is the 8 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. That's a good time to watch on the weekend. To navigate the time zones. So you're just sideways. It hasn't done much since it came down to 117. That's been holding. That's good. 9's above the 21. That's good. This doesn't look healthy yet. That still looks scary AF. All right, let's zoom out to the daily. Recapture our ideas here on Solana. Actually, I would like to. I think why I like to is because I see these price points and they just like obscure my vision, so I instantly want to clear the whole chart. Main trend line, and we're still below the main trend line. So what we need to hope for is the bear trap. Otherwise, it's over for Solana, right? So the bear trap idea, or swing failure patterns, where we get back into the diagonal trend line here. That's around 130, 133 in that area. The warning signs that this one's given me on it is the bearish cross of the 100 over the 200. However, I am going to tell you that 2 out of 3 times when that happens, that 100 moving average will be our target. Crazy as it seems. So bearish overall is what it says, but it might be enough to get us back in here, get a bear trap to start coming up toward that 100 moving average. You know, we got a good 60% chance almost of that happening. That's my statistics just from observation, about 2 out of 3 times. It's not an official Thomas Bukowski, so let me clear that up. One of the things I don't like is when you get the YouTubers out here with their patterns and everything, and there are actually tried, tested percentages for things, but you get them. It's like, well, about 90% chance this is going to break to the upside. You know, they're pulling numbers out of their ass, and being pattern trainers, they're not telling you that. So that's why I like to be very clear that this is my number. It's coming out of my ass, but I've got from observation behind it to back it up. Take it as a grain of salt or what you wish. I'll let you know where it comes from. It didn't come from an official source. Just my observations, and it hints that we might be looking at this area about 168. And we put all this stuff together, what it's telling us here. Whoops. Let me clear out my screen here. All right, and so this area right here, 147, 148, that's the main area we got to look to get past before we see any goodness come from this, meaning that this could be the accumulation zone, basically. So we're either... how this works, the price action work, we either come up here and get rejected and roll over, and then we start coming down and seeing these areas 60, 70, 80, and it's all over, and we're in a bear market for crypto. Solana sucks, nobody wants it, and we go through 2026 bear market. Sucks. So the third one is 240. Oh man, ride the roller coaster down. I hope that's not what we're looking at. The alternative that we have with the bullish 26 possibly ahead here, this being one big giant fake out going over, and Solana has a brighter future, would be to recover that 9 moving average, get back above this pattern, and then have a stronger move up here to 148 and eventually to 170. That's our hopeful situation that we're looking at, and it could be happening. Your clue will be if we regain that 9 moving average here on the daily. If you see that happen, chances are we're okay. And until we get that, all we can do is monitor the smaller time frames and look for some signs that maybe we're okay. And we're trying. We're above the 21. Lost the 9, but we did have it there for a while. Those are the signs of recovery. It's trying to put in this bottom here. So locally, we can... oh man, it's a tricky trend line. Well, we can go from over here. Still some resistance, man. Yeah, still the same areas we're looking at coming up. That 133 area coming up against this trend line. So still a lot of fun ahead of us. We just don't have a good solid bottom here, so I guess we'll just have to do our fibs. Hope that we got our 382, because that's what I'd be looking for. 382, we got it right here. So if this is a flag, and this would be a place that I would look for a flag, to be honest with you. After we come down from a bottom, a V-shaped recovery, some kind of bottom pattern, first place I would look for a flag that might actually work is right off of that. The worst place I would look would be the next flag that happens up toward resistance. I would not be as happy about that flag idea. Is this a flag? I don't consider it a flag, but hey, we'll play it. 382 retracement is what I'm getting, and I play this as a pattern, a harmonic pattern called an A equals CD, which is basically just an extension of a measure moved from that to our negative 0.382 fib area, and also our negative 6.8 fib area for our targets. You can see that measure move lines up very perfectly with this little area right here. Sometimes I'll draw out the measure move, sometimes I'll just come over to the fib areas and tag them. Our honorable mention area is going to be right here at 132. So 132 and 134 are the target areas I've got. If we do not come back below 123, we bounce off of that area. If that's our bounce, these are my targets. And hopefully we can come back and say, look now, and what it means by target, Fibonacci wise, is that, you know, price should kind of work up there, and then that should be the area it gets rejected from. Whether it's a reversal or just a little pullback, and then we go to the next one, these are the areas that I am looking for bouncing. Therefore, those are my sell targets. Right there, you want to front run them by $1 or 50 cents or whatever you want to do, 10 cents or whatever. It's not about nailing the penny, it's about nailing that zone right there. And a lot of times on these charts, you'll see it go up. More times than not, it will hit the target and nail it. Sometimes they might fall a little short, might go a little bit over, but the pivot areas on the Fibonacci, best system I've found yet. Best system I've found yet to actually be accurate in this game. And we use Fibonacci's preemptively. We don't wait until something's already happened, then we come back and, well, if you pull the fib, you'll see where it came to the 618 golden pocket and bounced. No, we use them to help predict. We use them to tell us where price is going to go or can go and might get rejected. We use them in a more predictive manner here than in hindsight. To say, you should have known. That's what you should have looked for. Why didn't you get in? Should have been in my group. That's usually how I see Fibonacci's presented a lot of places on YouTube. Some people actually, do have a knowledge of them. I've not seen anybody that uses my exact system. I have seen a few people, and there are people that use the harmonic tools though, and that overlaps with my system here, right? Well, this little juicy dude right here. Nice. Do it, baby. Let's go. Let's bounce from this little mofo and see if we can go to 133, 134. Monday's futures open in a little over an hour, so it's, is it 7 o'clock now? It used to be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on a Sunday, and apparently it being 6 p.m., almost 6 p.m. now, and they haven't started. Figured I'd be off in an hour. Last 10 days of the trading year. I know. Listen, that last week in December is usually boring AF. And then the first week of January is kind of scary too. It's not the most exciting trade. I mean, there's for some reason it's in our head that this is the time, this is Christmas, that's the Christmas rally. But even last year, it was over by the second week of December. That run was gone. A few altcoin stragglers to the second week, and it was gone. And it was a slow burn down through January. A little pump in January, but a slow burn down. And you're like, oh man, I missed December sell off. That was the second best time to take profits, was December. I'm just saying. I'm looking for an opportunity to maybe clear the slate a little bit this December. Haven Peck says, Seeker phone is my favorite thing in crypto right now. I've just poured myself into farming for airdrops. How's that thing? That was the Solana phone that they put out, a couple years ago, and I think it got released. Wasn't it this year? This fall or something when it finally arrived? So I think, if I remember right, it was like 2 Solana or something to get the phone. And it was when Solana was still pretty cheap. And they did that one time, and just the airdrop for, I think, Bonk. That's what set Bonk off, right? Just the airdrop alone from that paid for the whole phone. So I didn't get in on that. I was thinking about it. Kind of, you always kind of wish you did. That would have been interesting. Elf Sugar Plums, I want a pamp. How's it going, Soul? Good to see you. All right, well, let's take a look at Cardano. When you guys mentioned Cardano over there, let's take a look at it. Binance looks like a good chart. We got support on a yellow line. Is that I normally don't draw my trend lines in yellow, so is that a curve line? Let's zoom out. Or is this part of the? It's part of the rounded parabolic curve. Hopefully, that's not the greatest trend line in the world there, so I don't know if I would trust that. I don't trust these for actual trend line support and resistance. I just trust them for giving us the overall movement, the overall momentum of the thing. But that is a valid way to make a trend line. I just don't do it. But actually, you work kind of well here. Touching those guys, touching that wick, that lines up better than I thought. If it does act as resistance or a support or whatever, we've also got another trend line here, about 33 cents. That trend line right here, that's the one I would respect. We might be coming back down to 33.33 cents. Could be happening there. But these would be the areas to look for your bounce. And let's see if we got a little confluence here right now. You're at the 272. That's a good area to look for, but I think there might be something just a little bit lower over here. If we look at this guy here, this swing low to this little top over here, that will be the jurisdiction of this little section that we're in here. What gets wicked often gets candlestick. From our October I Killed Crypto Day. That was the day that killed altcoins. You are at the 786 Fibonacci area with an 886 coming at 3228. Okay, so how I would frame this, you're at a support level. It's one that may hold. Let's see. What did you oh snap. Would I have to go from this one? I can't go from that one. Where did you bounce from? So 618. Let me look at the harmonics here. Yeah, but you came back to okay. No, that doesn't work. All right, yeah, I'm not seeing anything there. So there's a chance that this guy might hold, and there's a chance that one little lower area might come into play here, according to the fibs. 786 is a good place to bounce. It's just not the end all be all. But maybe. So we look there. This is the daily. Let's come to the 4 hour. And the 4 hour, this looks a little suspect. This is still making me look at this area. So with the 886 is 31. The trend line area is about 33. That could be. I'm not seeing the 886 as much. So you took this guy out with a higher high, higher low possibly? All we can do, this is the 4 hour, is draw a trend line with two main touches. Technically you got 6 for each candle. It makes it a valid, but here on the 1 hour you got 4 touch areas, so we got something there. I want to tighten it up here on the 4 hour. So we got a trend line, higher low. It might be pulling out. It may be respecting the 786. Maybe we don't get down here. I'd keep it on the back burner, but you might have something there. Do we have a breakout? Well, I don't think we got any kind of breakout. That's, you kind of curve in a little bit. That sucks. No breakout, not officially from up here anyway. From this little local area, yeah, not even there. But you are making from here, maybe think of that as a megaphone pattern with support. Maybe that'll take. So Cardano, to me, she's just in an area. Did we do this? We did this one, right? From low to high? Nice. Okay, nice little area. I'm not gonna. I can't bitch about it. I can't bitch about it yet. We'll put you on the radar though. At 33.98, just to see what we get. There might be if it comes down, there might be a little stair. It might catch some traction here at 34, but you're basically coming down about every penny, man. Let's see if this higher low will hit and we start coming back above 38, then maybe we're getting a turnaround here. So interesting area to keep in mind for Cardano, higher low. Cross our fingers. Want to take a look at this Bitcoin, not Bearcoin, Bitcoin. Perpetual. Oh, look at you, 360. Gosh darn, this is the 1 hour. This thing is wow. I don't think I trust this one because I think this was a Binance coin, wasn't it? Alderia. It is. It's a Binance project. Do you know what else was a Binance project that was doing this and enticing people just recently? Let me see if you remember this one. Hell, I can't even remember it. Do you remember this this project, Chain Opera? Yeah, it's another Binance coin, not Binance token over here. It started out like that, went all the way up to $29 there, and now it's 44 cents. I'm just saying, there's a pattern for Binance launched coins that they tend to do this kind of thing. They have a strange tendency to entice people to chase them because they're what's moving in the market, and then when the people that bought them all early, I guess, cash out, it comes back down to almost the prices that they paid for. Crazy as that sound. This Alderia thing may be doing the same thing. I don't know. Just as a warning, I'm just saying it. It's been known to happen on those Binance tokens. Where did we go? Did we just lose it? So let's take a look at Beat Alderia, which has a market cap, mid-cap market cap. That's not bad, 577 million. Maximum supply is 1 billion. Well, you got that. Circulating supply is 160. Well, that's better than some of the other stuff. Can't bitch too much. All-time high was 3 hours ago. It went to 427. All-time what? How are you saying that? You said, 2 months ago. 2 months ago was all-time low. Is at just a little over a nickel. My goodness. So if you wanted, still looks strong. She's got a curve going on. Maybe. I just hate to see anybody get caught up in this like Chain Opera. So she spiked out over there. She need to pull back. So I mean, I would mostly be looking for 273 as a better idea to get in. But you might have a play right here at 335, signifying that it's still got a higher area to go, maybe up to 484, maybe up to 551 before we get our bigger pullback. So if you're just jonesing to get in on this one, let's go to the 4 hour. Those would be some areas that you might see some traction there. I'd wait for some confirmations on these ideas, though. I don't really trust these new projects that start doing all this. But she goes up and she comes down, right? So it's not uncommon to see a 50% retrace out of this one. Very volatile, but it could be a moneymaker if you get in at the right place, right? 40% retracements. What would it be from here to go back 40%? Probably right around here at the 382, about 272. 382 retracement, right? This is the main one I would look at. This is one that's more kind of iffy. You might go into drawdown right there. Getting a little too ballsy trying to chase this one. But I would just say be cautious. Be cautious if you're. And sometimes you chase, right? Sometimes we will chase. It's got some features. It might be trying to do something. But she's done a lot already. And if I were to use the trend or the trend-based fib extension tool down here, looking at my possible wave 1, trying to figure out where that wave 3 might be coming in at. It already hit the first one. So does that mean you hit your 5th? Oh, now we gotta get Elliot in here. Elliot, what do you see? Elliot says, yeah, that was it. 5th wave right there, probably going to the ABC correction. So there's your idea. Elliot seems to have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves spiked up. Met its target. Pulling back for Nay, might come back up to around 350. And then C wave, he doesn't have it mentioned, but probably somewhere around $1.80 or gosh, even $1.50 could be on the table. So this one's kind of she's done her little run mostly, in my personal opinion. We may be wrong. Elliot may be wrong. Maybe she'll just keep going up. But you would look for this whole thing to continue by Elliott wave theory, and that's what we're looking at with just the indicator. 4th wave, 5th wave, A. You got your A. You got a possible B, and then you look for a C correction, and then the party starts all over again. So that would really be one of the best places to do after the sequence continues, probably touching the back of the trend line again, and then this becomes a 1 wave, a 2 wave, and then we go for a big 3 if we're lucky, right? That's how it's supposed to work. So this kind of makes like a little mini cycle after it gets to 5 waves, and then the little wave cycle resets for hopefully a bigger wave or change direction, however it's working out there, right? Just to put it in a nutshell for Elliott wave theory, which I'd rather use the indicator and not sit here and argue with myself for 3 hours trying to figure out which variation that we might be going with. That's why Fibonacci is I don't have to sit here and argue with myself as much. Let's take a look at Uniswap because, well, she looked kind of sexy last night. She came up to 650 area, right? All right, so we got a breakout, and that was the breakout I played. I guess I got stopped out on something, right? I don't know. I was in it. Now I'm not in it. Let's extend that trend line up and see if we can get some traction here. We'd like to see a trend line continue to hold. It still looks frisky to me. I don't see a good place for an entry at the moment because she's pulling back after rejection there. I would be looking for a 382. We did make a higher high. I look for a higher low. 382 is an excellent higher low, especially when we're starting to come from a bottom area because it could get exciting. So it's telling us to keep our eyes around the 586 area right here. 200 moving average area is also right there. A little hint, a little confluence. Telling us to keep our eyes right here. And see if we can get a bounce there. Not just blindly go in, although you can, but you might go and draw down or get stopped out if you do that. Just know that. If that's your trading style, that's your trading style, baby. I mean, sometimes I do that. Not always the smartest move, doesn't always work out for me, but sometimes it's time factors. You may have a job to work, and you gotta make adjustments around here. The thing that you see when you come onto YouTube is everybody trying to day trade in a 1 minute time frame. And you can't work a full-time job or possibly even a part-time job and do that very well, right? Swing trading. And when you do all your analysis and statistics and all your research, you find that even the greatest traders out here keep telling you that, your biggest money is not made by scalping. And it's not. Even Tom Lee was talking about this the other day on YouTube. And I thought that was cool. He says he doesn't know anybody that made their fortune day trading and scalping. It's all been from, swing trading and investments. The longer term plays there, the things that have a little bit more life to them. And if you watch your day traders, the ones that I would recommend, I think Jason Casper's got a good system. It's mostly he likes to trade ranges and everything, but he's the range trading is kind of a good thing for day trading. But he tries to get into a swing, and when you see the $5,000 profits and things like that, that's where a day trade turned into a swing trade. He showed his P&L recently, and about what he typically makes is about $500 a trade or something like that on average that I saw. And then he gets one that catches off because you're targeting the highs and lows. You're not trying to get in the middle, not trying to wait till it gets past you're being a little bit more you're taking more risk at those areas to get those entries, right? And sometimes they'll hit, and sometimes they won't. He'll get stopped out, and that's what you see. The losing 500, that was his stop out, controlling his risk. And so, might have several different little $500 losses, but then you get that $5,000 win, makes up for it, right? You got to be a lot more disciplined to actually have and to grow those daily accounts, day trading accounts and stuff. It's not easy. A lot of the other guys you see, they just transfer money whenever they lose a trade or whatever, and it starts going down, and all of a sudden you just say, oh, there's an extra $5,000 or $8,000 just showed up from nowhere. Didn't have any major. You hear them talk about wins and all that, but you see it kind of. If you peep it out, they're not managing an account. I'm just telling you, and it's because it's hard, and that's not where they make their money. I'm just telling you, there's nothing, and you're probably not going to get Lambo like they did from doing what they're showing you to do, because that's not how they got that Lambo money. I'm just saying. But like I say, Breaking Candles, if you are into day trading, and Jason Casper, and they have a very similar system too, using the fixed range volume profile and things like that. I am not so much a day trader. I trade all kinds of things. I don't like scalping. It's not my go-to. I'm not here to try to get in high leverage and just take it up. And I'm out. See that? To take that? Did you get out? Because the wishy-washy ones over there, I mean, you always get a trade set up, but they don't let it play out, right? They get this great trade set up, talk all the bravado. Yeah, I'll just risk this to make that. Yeah, sounds like a great trade. And as soon as you get the first trade candle, I'm out. I'll take that. And okay, that's you exited the trade. You got them going in the right direction, and you exited with your little profit. Maybe you made $50, $100. You took what you had. You had to put $3,000 to make that $50 up there at this. You didn't. You instead of having a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio or whatever. Congratulations. You got out at 0.75, a trade that you would never take in your right mind. You would never say, that looks like a great trade setup. I'm going to take that one. And then sometimes, you see them get out, and then you see the trade actually go up. Maybe it actually hits their areas. Sometimes it does. A lot of times it doesn't with the system. But then they're like, oh, man, I should have stayed in that trade. I don't know. And then there are some day traders you see, they don't do that at all, do they? Justin Moccasin says, Cardano retesting the other side of the river. Oh no. Chris Klein says, I am bearish for sure. Well, I mean, honestly, you got every right to be. We've got the hope now. I do. We haven't broken the trend line, but we gosh darn are right there, and it could happen. But traditionally, when on the weekly, and if you watch my channel, you've heard me talk about this for 3 years. This is the main things I want to look for. But I got to tell you, as easy as it is to look for and make plans, it's hard as hell to execute. It is. But traditionally, when on the weekly, when the MACD foot's bearish, that's your downside. And on the weekly, it could be. That's one of your triggers for identifying a bear market. Now, we had several instances where that happened, and it did look like a bear market. A lot of people were calling for bear markets in this because it got so scary, and that might be what we're looking at right now. But one of the biggest giveaways was, losing the 50 moving average on the weekly. Historically, that's always led into our bear markets. We lost it here, and that was back in 2018. It finally lost it, retested it. That's the good thing. Every time that we've lost it, we did have a retest, and that was your last chance to get out. All right, and that's what a lot of people are waiting for now. Since we got so many people waiting for that idea, I don't know if it's going to happen, right? But here we lost it, but this wasn't during technically during the bear market. We already were working on a recovery from the bear market and reclaiming it, but this was during the COVID stuff. Last cycle, this was it when we lost. We tested the 50. That's when everybody thought the bull market was over and whatever, and flags to the downside and all this or whatever. And then we had some hidden bullish divergence there and bouncing off the 50. We finally recovered the 9, got up here. But when we lost it here, that was the first sign after that double top and time cycle. This was December 2021. That it was over. So you're right in assuming, based on history, that we're in a bear market, 4-year cycle and all that. You can't, we can't say that you're wrong unless we, find out later on that the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin is broken and we did something different for global adoption, which is what most of us are hoping for, because that's what we've been waiting for about, since 2012, for the real OGs, ever since Bitcoin came out in 2009. But yeah, we lost it, and so the hope is that maybe we're respecting this and coming back up for that retest like we got over here, right? Until we can de-risk. But you're going to look at everybody trying to de-risk around here, and that could be anywhere from 96, 98 to 100,000, or maybe even over 100,000 on this process. We don't know yet. Fibs will help us, even averages will help us, signs will help us, but yeah, it's ticked all the boxes that you have every right to be bearish. You can't deny that. And I'm just being cautiously optimistic and just trying to do the best I can, laying off of altcoins, toning those down, looking for opportunities to maybe close out some leverage positions that, I've had some very low leverage positions open for a very, very long time. May try to reallocate some of those things. And I've learned a lot. I know that there are some techniques that I will not be doing this next time around. And altcoins during the bear market, or during the bear market accumulating and getting them, I will not be doing. I will be focusing all on Bitcoin. I did that last time. My mistake was to take that Bitcoin that I did and use it as collateral against altcoins, and that just decimated my Bitcoin holdings, which I would be so proud of right now. So it's really, really took a toll on my Bitcoin holdings with the altcoins. So definitely I've learned that lesson this cycle. But I am excited that I did have that Bitcoin to start out with. I didn't go all just altcoins. I'd be worse off. But you can always come in on these altcoins, because as you've seen, they just give it up, man. How many times we come all the way back to bottom over these past 3 years? About 3 or 4 times on a lot of these coins, right? It's just not been pretty. Not been pretty. Futures markets are open. That's Justin Market. They are. Oh, look at us. We're at 80. Are they? Did they go up? Let's come down on this. Are you current? Are you current? Are you current? Yes, they finally opened and shot up to meet price. And so we got a gap. If we go to the daily, we should have a gap, right? Do we? See if we can see it. Have to get over to the Christmas tree candles. Oh, we got would that be considered a gap to the upside? This is Friday on the daily, and that was the 15th. Hell, let me get this off of here. So this was Friday's candle, and we had wicks all the way up to 89, and this is where we open. I don't know that she needs to come back down and touch this candle body at 88. It might. I think it's within range to be fine. Some people interpret this differently and stuff. Some people might even see this as a gap that we need to come up and touch this candle body at 93. If we got wicks overlapping, I don't see it as much as a gap, but I might be in the wrong. I'm not a gap player. There is a total gap strategy, and that's what I'd recommend that you go by for your guidelines. That they use over in legacy markets. What I will share over here is that here on the CME Futures Exchange, you got the green dot. You got the money flow curving up. You got stochastics headed up. And you got bullish divergence. Because this goes down. This goes up. That's looking interesting here. Here on the daily, you're at the 9 moving average and at the trend line. What do our other Bitcoin charts look like here? It's a little bit different on them. We've had the daily dot, and we just went sideways, up and down, flushing, hanging around that little range, going to the extremes of it, flushing people out, but it was a green dot there. If we go to the weekly, we've had a green dot there with bullish divergence, and we're seeing the money flow here on the weekly, and we should do that. Now that CME is open, we haven't got our Sunday daily close yet. That'll be at 8 o'clock tonight. So, but you're seeing the RSI or the stochastics. That's what this is. Round out, and we're here at 9%. We're getting to get above 20% for this guy for an actual trigger. But this VWAP is what they call it. This yellow thing, it crossed over. It's bullish. We're seeing some bullish signs here. And I hope it sticks. And that, again, takes us up to, we're looking to go to the 50 moving average, about 100,000, maybe a little over, on the weekly to retest that and see what happens. And I think we're starting to see signs that that's what's trying to happen. Cross our fingers that it does. Looking on the weekly MACD here on just our regular Bitcoin chart, see the lighter histogram colors on those candles. And if you go back historically, when you see that, when we come down to the bottom, make higher candles with a lighter color there. Here's one, here's another. This is the main one. This doesn't really qualify as much over here, but we'll see what it looks like. Not putting as much over here as I am right here. The second one's when we started going up. This one over here, when we put it on the weekly, lighter histogram candles, when we started making our recovery, back when we were 77,000, and then we started going to 111, and eventually up to 126. And here we're doing it right now. So we're getting bullish confirmations here on our bigger time frames, and that's good. Bouncing off the 100. So I'm hopeful. I don't like being in this cloud, though. Technically, being in the middle of this green cloud by Ichimoku cloud strategy, this is a no trade zone. It's like they would say, don't take any trades when you're in the middle of a cloud, red or green, whichever. You don't trade. You wait till you get on. You wait for confirmation to get out on one side or the other before you enter. I'm too degen for that, so I just see us in the midst of this big, ugly cloud that could go ugly for us, and every once in a while you can bounce out of it miraculously. And so I guess I'm waiting to see if we can bounce out of it miraculously, or at least come back up before we come back into it, right? That's the weekly. Let's come back to the 4 hour because, oh man, I'm on the freaky chart. What are you? Oh, you're good. I got a different trend line over here. What's up with that? Are you not? Oh, you're dialed in for that chart. I can tweak you just a little bit. Take it to that candle body here and that wick right there. And I think we are on the right side of it. So, Bitcoin on a Sunday night. Hanging out in the same areas we have been. That's cool. We were looking at, we've got some fib areas. This is, here's some trend lines I was drawing from that wick over here. It was resistance through here, and I just extended it out, and it was resistance there. This is the move that we made overnight, and come all the way back down. And it's still resistance now. So we have not reclaimed that yet. So I'm still watching this particular trend line right here. And we haven't done it yet. We tried. So since I guess we've been streaming, we saw us go to 88.8. Typical. Did you and now we're coming back down. She's dying on us. Oh no. She broke trend line and everything, man. She faked us out again on a Sunday. They're going to try to take our money tonight. We're getting a pullback, that's for sure. If you go with measured moves, That's kind of a big one, but it's saying we're coming all the way back down to 88 too. I don't know if we will or not. That's why I like my fibs. And we lost the 382 area that we were hoping to have for the flag. Right, we're looking for that. I gotta say that measure move might actually happen here. 786. I don't really want to see that deep of a retracement, but it can. The 618 right here would be interesting. Since we lost the 382, bouncing off that 618 would be good and could give us, you know, like an $89,000 target. I guess we will find out in just a minute or two which one we're going to choose, right? So I'm thinking harmonically, if we are looking for a deeper retracement and everything, that would be a nice bounce. But there's look at you! I got to come down to the 10-second chart. What are you bouncing off of? This guy didn't even touch it. What are you doing? Is that my fault or your fault? Are you still working on it? What's going on? How you doing? Make a high or low, baby. I don't care where you make it. Well, I mean, I care, but if you want to make it here, I'm good with it. Well, we'll play it. It can be something like this. Remember. So we pulled Elliot out, and Elliot was saying ABC correction. Remember all that? Now you're starting to see it. Now at least he's got a C target. He thinks we might have hit it. Interesting. So what do you think? Are you going to bounce here, Elliot? Are you going to win, Elliot? Or are we going to come down to the 786er? So we're looking for a bounce off the 618, looking for an AB equals CD. Could take us up to 89,000. And this might be qualifying. It might. May have to come back down here a little bit before it does it. Or we're looking for the bigger 886 retracement. And at that point, I'll be looking at the 113 retracement, which I have not drawn up here yet. And we just sit here and watch Bitcoin boringly on a Saturday night. Postmarty says breakout chances look good at the moment. That was at 625. That was several minutes ago. That might have been when we were, yeah, right over here in this area. Yeah, it looked good at that time until we lost that trend line area, and Elliot got his say on it. Can you double bottom here? Can you make a W in this area? Maybe go a little bit lower low and touch that. What are you doing here, Bitcoin? This is good. We're on the 1 minute. Oh no, we're on the 10-second chart. We're on the 10-second chart, okay? But the signs that we see here are the same signs we look for every other chart. Thickening Ichimoku clouds, hopeful and promising. Things just happen a little bit faster over here. Can you bounce there? Have you got it, or are we coming down here? Because I don't know. Oh, look, Elliot just updated. Oh, Elliot, you got a 1618 down here, 88.1. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Here on the 10-second moving averages, they did cross bearish. Where are the bigger ones at? Will we turn them off? We need those guys. Yeah, we need. Oh, those look good though. 800, 600, 300, 200. They're in good order. We can bounce. That's just my take. Just what the moving average is. I just flipped on there and just told me we can bounce. I mean, we can come down lower, but chances are the momentum is still in our favor just by the structure that they're in there. And that's why I like my moving averages, because they give me a hint when if I didn't have them there, I'd be saying, oh, well, I wouldn't be leaning more that way, right? Now I'm leaning more that we can get a bounce here at a 618, an ABC correction area. This is going to be juicy. Or not. We just got to wait and see, right? But Elliot, I hope your target does. Where'd your lower target go, Elliot? Oh, he took that option off the board. Maybe he got a little confirmation on his little indicator thing here. Elliot? So are we going to respect these moving averages? I mean, we commonly do. You can see that's why I use them. Don't roll over, Bitcoin. Please don't roll over. God bless you, everyone. 18 people hanging out. Thank you for being here. If you're new to the show, let me know. Are you?
Been hitting that lag on. I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's take a roll call. Tell me if you're here and where you're from. or where you're at, I guess. I'm from Tennessee, but I happen to be in WV at the moment. Come on, baby. Reclaim it. Yeah, baby, that's what we want to see. Let's do it. Do it on the 10-second. We're on the 10-second time frame, and we just don't have our usual vibe here. We got to switch it up, folks. I'm sorry, man. Got to keep this thing entertaining here. I don't mean to bore you with my little sleepy Bob Ross happy little trendline voice there, but maybe this will be the ticket that we need as we go to the 10-second Bitcoin Bowl as we watch Bitcoin bulls take the price action and try to move it forward. Will they pull this off, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I don't know. I cannot predict the future, but I can definitely tell you what happened yesterday, which is kind of sucky. We got a little resistance up ahead for the bulls, and it looks like they're going ahead. What was that noise? We're having some audio difficulties here, but we did make it. Woo! Past the trend line. Whoa! That was awesome. Oh, the Bears are not very happy about that. Retesting the 9 with their average. Well, it looks like the Bears are getting a little retest here. They're starting to chant, and oh man, they are disappointed there. The Bulls have retaken control. As we watch Bitcoin climb up. Our next listen there is about 88,500. Can we make it to that target? Will the Bulls have enough to take us up there? We were waiting in suspense. We made it past the 0.5 Fibonacci area here, but we're struggling to keep it at the moment. It's good ass coffee time. Are you excited? I'm excited.
The morning's gray, the clocks are full. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
Woohoo! Good ass, nothing like a little good ass coffee here. We're still on the 10-second chart. We're just not in the bowl game. We got a little trend line here we can put on there, but I recommend that we get off that 10-second chart. Elliot, what are you saying? Did you flip flop on the 1 minute? Oh my gosh, you say that's the 4 wave and we're headed up where? To the target area that I had, the 618. Oh my gosh. Elliot, we're in confluence over here. I feel like we could be twinsies today. That's so crazy. We rarely agree like that. Nice one, Elliot, but I gotta dig you one better. We bounced off the 618 to 1 eater. We got a couple of little extra little targets that I've got. They don't agree with what Elliot says, so I'm not worried about Elliot. Elliot's saying 88.9. I'm saying 89.2. But I'm paying attention to the 272 area right here. Do you know why? Does anybody know why? Can anybody tell me why that I pay attention to 272, especially when I bounce off a 618? Anybody? Just a little quiz. Make this interactive today. Can anybody tell me why? Anybody know why? If we bounce off the 618 Fibonacci, why we want to target that 272 area? I'm going to take this little trend line here, which will be resistance, and put it over here as we have a possible maturing trend line here. Could be telling us about a possible channel idea. Have we got anything? Oh, I don't see it just yet. I'm not seeing it just yet. Kinda, maybe, but that's okay. Still looking for that channel idea to bring itself about here. We got any answers on our question here? Trade Intuition says, I love the bowl game screen and announcer voice, the best. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Haven Peck says, hi. Striga's Heart says, make it, my stream or somewhere else. Chat pop-up covering the cheerleaders. Oh no. They're about to see them cheerleaders. 618 got the good ass. That's why it bounces. Well, we bounce up to 618, but why I have specific targets for up there and right here. Well, the 618, because we'll play an A equals CD harmonic. Oh gosh, did we screw this up? Wait a minute. Let's pull our fibs out. Elliot, you gotta leave. You got to leave. That was a 618 bounce, right? Always go back and yeah. Okay, 618. From the high to the low. Now this one, 618, it should take us. I'm sorry, it should take us up to 382. I'm sorry, this was a 382 bounce. These two guys, these are our main targets. My bad, I got ahead of myself on it. It was these two. That's why, and it did exactly what it did last time I took that measurement. But still, the question is, why did I choose this red one over the main one, right? Your A equals CD takes you up to the negative 382. And this one squares up. I like to double check it with the actual trend line to see if it squares up. Sometimes it's off a little bit. It should always work out. It should mathematically work out. I just find it good practice to do that. But the reason for the 272, it's mathematical. It sounds scary, I guess. Let's see if we can break out the old calculator. Where'd you go? Let's just play around with these guys over here. We did the square root of 618. The square root of the 1.618 takes us to 1.27. So there's a square root issue right there. Even if we to do it this way right here, the inverse of it there. Whoops. Oh, there we get the 1618. Oh, we didn't. Sorry, I screwed up my math. It's mathematical. It's a square root of your 618 area, the 1.272s. Now I've got this as a 0.0618, and that's a negative 0.0272. But in short, that is why we got that as our secondary target. And we also see a lot of reactions there, and sometimes it may not even hit the full measure move over here at 89, but we might get some, or 89.0 at the 382 target over here. But the 27 usually always gets some nice little things, especially when we bounce off the 618. I don't know, just throwing that out there. Let it be absorbed for possibilities here. All right, I'm going to take a look at total 3 right now because we need to monitor these altcoins briefly. A little breakout, lackluster, don't have the volume coming in, but she does have a breakout. It had a breakout over here too, but look what happened. We kind of wrote it down. I don't want to see this thing ride down on here. How are we looking on this impulse move? Struggling at that 7. Okay, so that would be our first target area right there. A little rejection. So I'm curious to see if we get a pump out of some altcoins tonight. It could be happening, or might see it a little bit more tomorrow if Bitcoin is going to still cooperate. We're at 88,500 for Bitcoin, by the way, which is a lot better than 87, which we found ourselves today earlier. But still some slow love out of altcoins, not getting all the altcoin love we'd want. This is our stablecoin dominance, which is hanging out here. Trying to get a double top over there. That would be cool. I am still trying to figure out how I'm going to approach this chart anymore, because I just don't think it holds the same. I don't think we can use it exactly the same way, since stablecoins are now becoming as popular as Bitcoin. As Bitcoin taking over crypto and stablecoins are taking over crypto, your Ethereum and Solana are kind of on the back burner. But those are the two main plays in crypto right now, Bitcoin and stablecoins. So that means that this dominance on stablecoin is going to go up, and it may not have the same effect that we've seen on Bitcoin or maybe even altcoins. I don't know. as a lot of the money to come in to make this increase will be new money, is the way I take it. And I don't know if I haven't seen too many people talk about that, but I don't know if I've seen anybody. Here we are with S&P 500. They're looking kind of juicy so far. This is still Friday's price action, but they did get that bounce over here, right? And if they're going to be going up this next week, it should transfer over to crypto. And this is of course, this is Bitcoin dominance, which is hanging sideways, but still ultimately she's still in an uptrend. This is not good for altcoins. We need that rejection just to keep taking it down if we want to see altcoins bounce over the next few days and stuff. And so this is probably the best one to watch for any clues about your altcoins, is to watch Bitcoin dominance. And if you want to kind of narrow it, follow a little bit more, either Total 3 or others. And I do recommend using them. Some people don't like to do it. Some people insist, you see it happen on your price charts. But this is a good overall things. And my take is that when you do use those, and I don't use them for every trade that I do, but I want to check them out every day, right? I want to see what's happening over here every day. And I like to look at them on the daily and the 4 hour. Because this is the general consensus for all your altcoins, right? And so if you got pivot points and things like that here, well, it can also help you translate that over to how you trade your other altcoins. That's just, not everybody goes with it. I do. And I think it's helpful. If you think that looking at your individual altcoins can give you all the information that you need, and that's working for you, well, that's fine. This one just gives me a little insight that I may miss on some of those individual coins, right? And not all of them. You can have things going off good, and only sectors of altcoins are popping off, right? And you might be watching the sector that's just nobody loves, right? Not gaming, like Gala Games. Would you want to base everything off of Gala Games for what altcoins are going to do? Gala Games is sitting at less than half a penny right now. Yeah. Making lower lows and lower lows. Can you see what's going on in the market with this chart? Because I can't. Other than people hate gaming coins right now. I never liked gaming coins at all. And to me, Gala Games is cooked because the developers got into a lawsuit with each other. Hell, I'm even in. This is one that I was in, and it's done so well because this one went up to 332. I wish I'd got the hell out, man. But this one, I have rode it all the way up and all the way back. I mean, I moonbagged it. That was good. So I've rode my moonbag all the way up and all the way back down. And I have not seen, we've not seen Nakamoto Games as cheap since it was back in December 22. So hard to think about if we're going into a bear market, how this coin is either going to die or maybe it's not bear market for altcoins, or I don't know. Tell me, but if I'm looking at the chart here, she looks like she's down at the bottom in the accumulation areas for Nakamoto Games here. And out of all the gaming coins, this is the one that I like the most. I really did. But she is down in the dirt here on these bigger time frames. 7 cents, man. I remember when it was holding 70 cents strong. But gaming, I don't know. And do we need blockchain coins, tokens for gaming though? I mean, really? Have you found a good use case for this? And we always heard the gamers hated it. Are they getting more adoption? Are they warming up to it now? Are they actually making money with this? Or is it just a hype and a dream? Or is it a technology that just needs a little bit more time to gain some more adoption and acceptance? And I don't know, but out of all of them, Naka seem to have their stuff together more than any of the rest of them. But I don't have a lot of faith in gaming as a narrative, but this is my play in gaming sector, which had a good history. I just didn't, gosh darn it. I missed $3. I missed that so much. That was so awesome. Strega says, I will stream normal time, 9 p.m. Road Dawg has the best TA on the show. The technical analysis is good too. Silver Days, thank you very much. Road Dawg is my favorite. So you're my favorite. All right. Smash the likes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been going for, oh my God. I swear to God. I sit down here in front of the camera Mr. Introvert that's hard to have a conversation with right here. I've often had it said, talking to you like trying to pull teeth. And here I am. I sit down in front of this camera and blab nonstop. For 23 people, thank you for being here.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
Nonstop for 2 hours, and my time blindness makes it feel like maybe I've just been here 25, 30 minutes. Guys, I got to come back tonight around 10:30 p.m., maybe 10-ish, 10:30-ish. We'll look at the charts again, see how we're doing. If we can get some more traction out of Bitcoin, if Bitcoin can actually make it off of this, we'll check the weekly candle close and all that good stuff. And I promise I won't scream it into your ear for some 30 second long horrendous sound. And see if we're actually getting some traction over here. I hope to God we are. I hope we're headed back up toward the 100,000 or closest to it if we can get it. And that will give us some opportunities that we need here. And again, like I mentioned, I'm thinking about looking at the opportunities for some of my altcoins, maybe to clear the risk or whatever, consolidate a little bit more into Bitcoin as we go into 2026 in January until we figure it out. But hopefully I'll see you guys back here tonight about 10:30, and we'll just see what we're doing. But right now, as we're looking at it, she's looking feisty AF. Are we up? We're finally making a little bit of money on our Bitcoin trade over here. Yeah. Finally getting a little traction out. I've got a target over here. Maybe do I want to let it go? Do I want to let this be a trade, or do I want to try to hang on this one and hope for that big home run? Because that's usually what. Here's your ass, sir. You're waiting for that big home run, and it only got to first base. Should have took it at first base. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I'll see you tonight. Trade carefully. It looks like we're getting a little traction here. We'll see how it carries into the night, into tomorrow. We get fake out Monday coming, and then by Tuesday, Wednesday, we got a general feel for what they're trying to do. As then they're trying to set us up for the next weekend, as we see. Thank you for being here. See you on the next one.
We can whale games, dump it in the dark. Crypto chaos hits, leaving its mark. We can whale games, riding the wave, laugh at the drop with the brave. With the market twisting for the crash, come alive. Grease the villain, but we survive. We can whale games. Oh, stupid tricks, let the lessons flow.
Move up, me stop. Oh, that's not high enough. 3. Move up, me stop loss there. You almost hit my take profit. You almost hit it. I didn't fib it. I just kind of eyeballed it. Maybe I should have fibbed it. Well, that's a fib line right there. Okay, well, it just didn't hit it. Do you plan on coming back tonight, 10:30? I hope so. See you tonight, everybody. See you tonight. I will be on later tonight about 10 p.m. That's what I'm trying to shoot for. I'd like to go a little bit earlier on Sunday nights. Good night, everybody. I'll see you tonight. Let's let the little doggy wave us out.